The next question is on leaf pickup and recycling, and it will be addressed to Margaret Trevette. Many residents of Penfield have requested leaf pickup and/or additional recycling capability. How would you respond to these requests? 2 minutes.
And as I've been walking from home to home, I do hear about leaf pickup. And I would say it's probably a 50-50. If you took a survey, it'd be about 54 and 50 against. And I think what you have to do is you're going to have to set up and let the residents choose for themselves. So on our street, Canyon Trail, we probably would not choose leaf pickup. But on another street where there are heavy drop-offs from leaves in the fall because of really nice old trees, they would really like to have pickup. I know that there was a case where someone walked down her road and she counted, I think it was 250 plastic bags of leaves that were going to be picked up by garbage people and taking to the dump, which is awful for the environment, awful. So we need to have something that will replace those plastic bags, and I love bringing the leaves into a spot in town and letting them compost, and it would be fabulous, and it would be great stuff to use in your garden. So we're nice enough to have mulch in the spring. It would be really, really nice to have some compost in the spring to use in our gardening. So again, it can't be put on the 100% of the residents. It has to be a decision, a personal decision for each neighborhood, and you could create special districts to do that. And I know somebody I met with the other day said it cost her $75 for somebody to come in and bag up those leaves. And I said, well, for maybe $25 attached to your tax bill, what would you think? And she says, no, good deal, good deal. So that's where we would have to and I want to just say something about what Paula said about experts. When I said experts about the e-pods, I meant bringing in volunteer experts, and they could be children. It would be a great idea. Thank you.
Thank you. And now, following our rather complicated game plan, we're going to go left to right here. Tony LaFontaine.
Thank you. For the last 32 years that we've lived at our home, we have recycled our leaves through mulching them up each fall and putting them in our gardens, and it's a great mulch to get us started for the next year. I think to try to set up individual districts on individual streets only adds more government we don't need, more costs that we don't need. I would encourage certainly folks to consider mulching. I would consider actually pulling them together and put them into some type of a compost pile themselves and do it themselves. Certainly if they can't get together with your neighbors and collaboratively see if you can get someone to come in at a lower price to assist you. Thank you.
And now Lynn Crawford, 1 minute.
Again, as when we're out walking door to door and talking to neighbors, it is about 50-50 on who is for and against leaf pickup. And the very first thing that I would want to do as a town board member is to find the objective answers. There is a study on file in our library that says it would take between $200,000 and $400,000 plus the cost of a few acres of land to do leaf and trash pickup and composting. Somehow or another, that $200,000 to $400,000 became $1 million when our current supervisor started talking about it to the town, and that's a lot of money. I fully understand why we didn't do it for that kind of money. But I don't understand where that increase came from, because I don't know of any $100,000 an acre property here in Penfield. So I would want to do a complete objective study of all the facts, find out what we can and can't do for exactly what kind of cost, and put it before the people and figure out what we can and can't afford and what is it really going to cost.
Paula Metzler, 1 minute.
I truly think that this is a matter of personal choice for residents. We have a wide spectrum of residents in our town. We have farmers, we have people living in subdivisions, and I think at the end of the day, we do have to look at what it would cost. Studies have been done, and just, for example, one thing I've learned in researching this issue recently, as I've researched many issues very quickly, is there are some layers to this. It's not just a matter of dumping leaves on a parcel of land. There's DEC permits. If you dump more than 10,000 cubic yards of leaves, you need to go through the DEC and make sure you satisfy all their regulations and their permits. And we're talking about additional manpower, additional use of our equipment. It's not the type of equipment that we could loan or lease from another town, because all the towns would be doing the same leaf pickup at the same time. So hard questions need to be asked before anything is done anymore with respect to leaf pickup.
John Albright, 1 minute.
This is a very complex issue, as you can tell. There have been many different answers. I think we need to look for some creative solutions to this problem. My personal belief, and what I do is compost. I tend to agree with Mr. LaFountain that maybe the town can encourage more composting. Maybe the answer is as simple as the town supplies biodegradable bags so that we don't see 200 bags on every street, plastic bags on every street that are full of leaves. The creation of some districts where people who want leaf pickup pay for leaf pickup. People who don't want leaf pickup don't have to pay for those that need it. There are many, many options, and I think we need to sit down again at a table with a lot of different people and look at these options and try to say these are the environmental options, these are the cost-effective options, and find a place where all of these things can come together. And we can maybe not make everybody happy, but we can at least do something that is cost-effective and environmentally effective also.
Andy Moore, 1 minute.
Leaf pickup is expensive, there's no doubt about it. You know, a couple $100,000 startup, maybe $100,000 annual. You need probably 7 trucks to cover the town of Penfield, 8-week span to do it. There's absolutely no opportunity for sharing services with other towns because the other towns are doing it during those 8 weeks. And then the trucks sit there idle for the rest of the year until next fall. I support, in talking with residents, groups of residents or neighborhoods getting together and putting out a bid, putting out some type of formal proposal, have a hauler come in and give a base price and do it that way. You leave government out of it. Regarding recycling, Penfield has an incredible record on recycling. Household hazardous waste, we partner with Monroe County. We do the drop-off in the fall and in the spring where you can bring metal items, you can bring tires, get those recycled. We also have the recycling, electronic recycling that we do every year that is great. And the Penfield Little League, working with the town, has incorporated a new program on bottle recycling.
Steve Nazarian, 1 minute.
Thank you. I have spent an incredible amount of time on this issue, believe it or not, because I was astonished at how passionate people were on both sides. I've listened to all the things here tonight, and to be honest, the majority of the things I've heard are horrifically too complicated. We do not need more government. We don't need zones. We don't need the town passing out bags. I had a wonderful conversation today with a guy named Jeremy Starr, who I believe is sitting in the audience here. If you want to wave Jeremy. Jeremy runs a land management company here in Penfield and is offering for the town per resident $29.95 or $29.99, about $30 to come pick up your leaves as leaves are picked up in any other town in Monroe County where they have leaf collection. It would be a personal choice to spend $30 to have your leaves taken away. He will be taking them to one of 2 recycling centers, one of which turns it into compost, one of which turns it into mulch. This is not a complicated issue. This is someplace where we need to find a creative solution using available assets, using entrepreneurial businessmen in our town, and allow people who want to have their leaves taken away to have them taken away. People want to grind them, can grind them. People want to bag them, can bag them, though we should discourage bagging because we shouldn't be putting compostable things into non-compostable bags. Thank you.
Thank you.